As me and me marrow was gunning to walk, we met with the devil, it was in the dark. Up with me pick, it was in the neat. I knocked off his horns likewise as club feet.
Follow the horses, Johnny me laddie. Follow the horses, Johnny lad. Follow the horses, Johnny me laddie. Away lie away, me canny lad.
Marrow, marrow, well what do you think? I've broken me bottle and spilled all the drink. I've lost me tools among the great stains. Draw me to the shaft, lad, it's time to can yam.
Follow the horses, Johnny me laddie. Follow the horses, canny lad. Follow the horses, Johnny me laddie. Away lie away, me canny lad.
As me and me marrow was loading the tram, his lowit went out and me marrow went wrong. You know for laugh to see the fine game. Old Nick took me marrow and I took the tram.
Follow the horses, Johnny me laddie. Follow the horses, canny lad. Follow the horses, Johnny me laddie. Away lie away, me canny lad.
So here's me horses and here's me tram. 2 horns full of grease will make it again. There's me marrow, I'll stretch on the ground. He can tear up his short for his mining's all done.
Follow the horses, Johnny me laddie. Follow the horses, canny lad. Follow the horses, Johnny me laddie. Away lie away, me canny lad.
What's the matter with you, me lass? And where's your dashing Jimmy? The soldier boys have picked him up and sent him far, far from me. Last payday he went off to town, and them red-coated fellows enticed him in and made him drunk, and he'd better gone to the gallows. The very sight of his cockade, it sets us all a-crying, and me, I nearly fainted twice. I thought that I was dying. My father would have paid the smart, and he ran for the golden guinea. But the sergeant swore he'd kiss the book, so now they've got young Jimmy. When Jimmy talks about the wars, it's worse than death to hear him. I must go out and hide my tears, because I cannot bear him. A brigadier or grenadier, he says they're sure to make him. But he jibes and cracks his jokes, and begs me not forsake him. As I walked o'er the stubble field, below it runs the seam, I thought of Jimmy hewing there, but it was all a dream. He hewed the very coals we burn, and when the fire eyes leating, to think the lumps was in his hands, it sets my heart a-beating. So break my heart and then it's sore, so break my heart, my dearie. For I lie in the cold green ground, for of single life I'm weary.
A-digging and a-picking as I was one day, the thought of my true love, it led me astray. The shift being over and the night coming on, and away I run with me pit boots on. I went to my love's window crying, are you in bed? The minute that she heard me, she lifted up her head. She lifted up her head, crying, "Oh, is that John? Indeed, it's me with me pit boots on." She come to the door and invited me in. "Draw up to the fire and warm your skin." The bedroom door it opened and the blanket it turned down, and I rolled into bed with me pit boots on. We tossed and we tumbled until the break of day, not thinking of the hours that we had passed away, till my love she sat up crying, "Oh, what have I done? The baby will come with his pit boots on." I chastised my love for talking so wild. "You silly young girl, you will never have a child. For all that we done, it was just a bit of fun, but away I run with me pit boots on." Come all you young maidens, wherever that you be, beware of them colliers who are single and free, for their hearts do run light and their minds do run young. So look out for the fellas with the pit boots on.
Last Saturday night by the banks of the Dee, I met an old man in distress, I could say. I stepped up beside him, and to me he did say, "I can't get employment, for me hair it's done grey. I am an old miner, age 56. If I could get lots, why I'd raffle me picks. I'd raffle 'em, I'd sell 'em, I'd hire 'em away, 'cause I can't get employment, for me hair it's done grey. When I was a young chap, I was just like the rest. Each day in the pit, I'd do my very best. If I got a good place, I'd be here when all day. No, at 56, me hair it's turned grey. No, last Wednesday night to the reckoning I went. To the colliery office I went straight for ends. I got me wage packet, I was walking away, when the givers me notice, for me hair it's turned grey. No, all ye young fellas, it's ye's that's to blame. If ye got good places, you'd do just the same. If you got a good price, you'd hew it away. But you're bound to regret it when your hair it turns grey. For I am an old miner, age 56. If I could get lots, why I'd raffle me picks. I'd raffle 'em, I'd sell 'em, I'd hide them away. For I can't get employment, me hair it's turned grey.
On the 26th of August, our fatal moss gave way. Although we did our level best, its pace we could not stay. 10 precious lives there were at stake. Who'll save them was the cry. We'll bring them to the surface, or along with them we'll die. There was Rattray and MacDonald, Hind and Patterson. Too well they knew the dangers and the risks they had to run. They never stopped to count the cost. We'll save them was the cry. We'll bring them to the surface, or along with them we'll die. They stepped upon the cage, they were ready for the fray, and sure they all meant business as they bailed themselves away. Soon they reached the bottom, far from the light of day. They went to search the workings, and Tom Rattray led the way. They lost their lives, God help them, ah yes, it was a fact. Someone put in a stopping, and they never did get back. Wasn't that another blunder? By God, it was a sin to put a stopping where they did. They closed our heroes in. We never shall forget them, though they have lost their lives. So let us pay attention to their children and their wives. It simply is our duty now, so let us all beware. Their fathers died a noble death and left them in our care. There was Rattray and MacDonald, Hind and Patterson. Too well they knew the dangers and the risks they had to run. They never stopped to count the cost. We'll save them was the cry. We'll bring them to the surface, or along with them we'll die.
In Durham County, I'm sorry for to say that hunger and starvation is increasing every day. For the want of food and coals, we know not what to do. But with your kind assistance, we'll see the battle through. I need not state the reason why we're being brought so low. The masters have behaved unkind, which everyone will know. Because we won't lie down and let them treat us as they like. To punish us, they've stopped the pits and caused the present strike. The pulley wheels have ceased to move, which went so swift around. The horses and the ponies too are brought from underground. Our walk is taken from us, and they cannot if we die. For they can eat the best of food and drink the best when dry. The miner and his wife tea each morning have to run to seek for bread to feed the hungry little ones at home. The flour barrel is empty now, their true and faithful friend, which makes the thousands wish today the strike was at an end. Well, let them stand or let them lie or do whatever they choose. To give them 14 and a half we ever shall refuse. They are always willing to receive, but not inclined to give. And very soon they won't allow a working man to live.
It's in the evening after dark when the black flag miner creeps to walk with his moleskin pants and dirty short. There goes the black flag miner. He'll take his picks and down he goes to hew the coal that lies below. But there's not a woman in this town who will look at the black flag miner. Now Devon gone near the Delaval mine, across the way the stretcher line, to catch the throat and break the spine of the dirty black flag miners. And Seggle is a terrible place, to rub wet clay in a black leg's face, and around the heap they run a foot race to catch the black flag miner. But take your duds and tools as well and hide them down the pit of hell. Down you go and fare you well, you dirty black flag miner. So join the union while you may, don't wait till you dying day. 'Cause that may not be far away, you dirty black flag miner.
I'm a celebrated working man, my duties I don't chuck, and I can cut more coal than any man from Delaval to York. I tell you it's a marvel, that's how I get through my work when I'm seated in my glory at the public bar. I can cut a standard timber post or bar a single prop. I can cut me judge at the bottom, I can cut him at the top. Just hand me down me pick, me lads and gurks, so when it stopped till I land, I set the trams right in the public bar. Oh, I can work a 2-foot seam and never be delayed. A fire, a floor, or gas, me lads, I've never been afraid. And I can show the manager how to go about his trade. And haven't I often proved it in the public bar? I can show the superintendent how the air should circulate. I can show the engine man how steam it should generate. And the trouble at the chowding pit I can elucidate. And haven't I often proved it in the public bar? And now my song is ended, and I hope you'll all agree. If you want any pointers, well, you'd better send for me. But I warn you, I'm not worth a damn till I empty 2 or 3 of the very biggest tankards in the public bar.
One morning when I went to walk, the sight was most exciting. I heard the noise and looked around, and where do you think was fighting? I stood amazed and not gazed to see them in such rages, for I never seed a row like that between the Brockwell cages. The patent to our kid says, although I be a stranger, I can walk me walk as well as ye, and free the men for danger. Now if the rope should break with me out skinny jars, just watch us. You'll see me clag onto the skis, for us full of springs and catches. When Gannon up and down the shaft, the patent cage did threaten for to take Warradden's life if they stopped at meeting. Warrad cage polluters it past you nasty dirty patent. Rub your eyes again, the skeets, I think you's hardly wakened. Cages come out the gates because it's my intention to let you see whether ye or me is the best invention. The new bean raised took off his clays, the natted they went dabbing. The blood was running down the skeets and past the wayman's cabin. The brakesman brought them both to bank, the mischief for to settle. They fit frae 5 o'clock to 6 and the patent won the battle. It took the brakeman half a shift to clag them up with plasters. Warrad cage sent his notice in just to vex the masters.
I am a hand weaver to me trade. I fell in love with a factory maid, and if I could but her favour win, I'd stand beside her and weave besteam. My father to me scornful said, how could you fancy a factory maid when you could have girls fine and gay and dressed like to the Queen of May? As for your fine girls, I don't care, and could I but enjoy my dear, I'd stand in the factory all the day, and she and I'd keep our shuttles in play. I went to my love's bedroom door, where oftentimes I had been before, but I could not speak nor yet get into the pleasant bed my love laid in. How can you say it's a pleasant bed when out lies there but a factory maid? A factory lass, although she be, blessed is the man that enjoys she. Oh, pleasant thoughts come to me mind as I turn down the sheets so fine, and I seen her two breasts standing so, like two white hills all covered with snow. Where are the girls? I'll tell you plain. The girls have gone to weave bestame, and if you'd find 'em, you must rise at dawn and trudge to the mill in the early morn.
The gaffer's looking worried for the flats are in a stir. Jessie Brody's getting married and the mother shall not be here. Hurrah, daddy-o, hurrah, daddy-o, hurrah, daddy-o, Jessie's getting married, oh. The helper and the piecer, they went down the tune last night to buy a wee bit present just to make her hame look brecht. Hurrah, daddy-o, hurrah, daddy-o, hurrah, daddy-o, Jessie's getting married, oh. They bought a china teas, set in a chanty foo a sort, a bonny coloured carpet, and a kettle and a pot. Hurrah, daddy-o, hurrah, daddy-o, hurrah, daddy-o, Jessie's getting married, oh. The spinners there are singing, the shifters dancing too, the gaffer standing watching, but there's nothing he can do. Hurrah, daddy-o, hurrah, daddy-o, hurrah, daddy-o, Jessie's getting married, oh. Here's best wishes to your lassie standing at your spinning frame. May I have food and plenty in your wee bed came. Hurrah, daddy-o, hurrah, daddy-o, hurrah, daddy-o, Jessie's getting married, oh.
I'm a poor cotton waver, as many one knows. I've no teeth in the house, and I've wore out me clothes. Me clogs are both broken, and stockings of none. You'd hardly get tuppence for all I've got on. You'd think it were hard to be sent in the world, to climb and do best that you can. Our parish church parson kept telling us long we'd see better times if we'd put out our tongue. I've holding me tongue till I've near lost me breath, and I think in me heart he means to starve us to death. I know he lives well with backbiting the devil, but he never picked her in his life. We held on 6 weeks thinking each day would last. We tarried and shifted till now we're quite fast. We lived upon nettles while nettles was good, and Waterloo porridge was best of us food. And I'm telling you true, I can find folk I know that are living no better nor me. Now old Billy Dan sent bailiffs one day for the chops good he owed that I couldn't pay. But it's just too late for old Billy had bent. I'd send round his cart and taken goods for rent. They left nought but a stole that the seats for two, and on it sat Margaret and me. My piece were chained off, and I took it him back, I hardly durst speak, master looked so black. He said, you were overpaid last time you come. I said, if I were, 'twere with weaving batloom, and in the mind that I'm in, I'd ne'er pick out again, for I've woven myself to it for end. So I come out the warehouse and left him to that. When I thought things o'er, I was so vexed till I sweat, for to think I'm on work to keep him and his set all the days of my life, and then die in their debt. But I'll give her this trade and work with a spade, or go and break stones on the road. Our maggot declares if foot clothes to put on, but go up to London to see the great man. And if things didn't alter when there had been, who says it begin and fight blood up to the end, who's no to get king, but who likes a fair thing, and who says I can tell when who's hot.
Oh, do you know her or do you not? This new duffing mistress we have got. Elsie Thompson, it is her name, and she helps her duffers at every frame. Faldy right for off, faldy right for ee. On Monday morning when she comes in, she hangs her coat on the highest pin, turns around just to greet her friends, crying, "Hi, duffers, tie up your ends. Faldy right for off, faldy right for ee." Sometimes the boss, he looks in the door, "Tie your ends up, duffers," he will roar. "Tie your ends up, we surely do, for Elsie Thompson, but not for you. Faldy right for off, faldy right for ee." Oh, do you know her or do you not? This new duffing mistress we have got. Elsie Thompson, it is her name, and she helps her duffers at every frame. Faldy right for off, faldy right for ee.
When Strathclyde was in Brighton and my time was nearly out, what happened in the monkey shop I'll tell ye all about.
Rack-a-doo-dum-da, doo-dum-da, rack-a-dick-a-doo-dum-day.
A sneezer or a joke came in and I was left to solve the problem of the making of a swan-necked valve.
Rack-a-doo-dum-da, doo-dum-da, rack-a-dick-a-doo-dum-day.
I looked at it and wondered where the pertin I should make, and saying I wished the gaffer he would come and take it back.
Rack-a-doo-dum-da, doo-dum-da, rack-a-dick-a-doo-dum-day.
But Nathan came to save me and I had to make a delve. I worked with trepidation on the swan-necked valve.
Rack-a-doo-dum-da, doo-dum-da, rack-a-dick-a-doo-dum-day.
I took a double pertin and a cap and drag as well, and every snug was off the box. You've seen that kind yourself.
Rack-a-doo-dum-da, doo-dum-da, rack-a-dick-a-doo-dum-day.
My mates all looked at me and said, "You never will evolve a system for the making of a swan-necked valve."
Rack-a-doo-dum-da, doo-dum-da, rack-a-dick-a-doo-dum-day.
a clamp fu 6 foot long and stuck it down the side. And in the absence so up, and that was my only guide. Raggedy-doo-dum-da, doo-dum-da, raggedy-doo-dum-day. And though my knees were shaking, sure I worked with grim resolve. That clamp stood like a mast up in the swan-necked valve. Raggedy-doo-dum-da, doo-dum-da, raggedy-doo-dum-day. They sent my brother Sammy in to help me close and cast, and sign the first thing that he did was caw away the mast. Raggedy-doo-dum-da, doo-dum-da, raggedy-doo-dum-day. So knew I didn't hae a guide, my head seemed to revolve, but pertwee closed by guess the swan-necked valve. Raggedy-doo-dum-da, doo-dum-da, raggedy-doo-dum-day.
I'm a Dundee lassie that's easy for to see. You'll I find me cheerful no matter where I be. There's times I feel downhearted when things get sad now, and I am a spanner and to backstars mill. My mother died when I was young, my father fell in France. I'd like to have been a teacher, but I never got the chance. I'll soon be getting married to a lad they call Tom Hill, and he is an ailer into Holly's Mill. I'm chummy wi' a lassie, they call her Jeannie Bean. She says she'll never marry, her lad could kilt in Spain. I often hear her speak about a place they call Terwell, and she is a winder into Craigie's Mill. Oh, I'm a Dundee lassie that's easy for to see. You'll I find me cheerful no matter where I be. There's times I feel downhearted when things get sad now, and I am a spanner into backstars mouth.
Maybe I'm right and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I shouldn't go singing the song. Maybe I shouldn't be telling this tale, but I'll tell it to you just the same. Hoochai, hoochtalafa, hoochai, hoochtaladee. I had a gaffer, his name was O'Rourke. He had a terrible passion for work. In miles and in tons he took all he could see, though he never was greedy, he gied it to me. Aye, hoochtalafa, hoochai, hoochtaladee. One day in the work I went round for a smoke. The door burst open and there stood O'Rourke. He started to swear and to give me his curse. He insulted my mother and that was far worse. Hoochai, hoochtalafa, hoochai, hoochtaladee. He jumped for my throat and it gave me a fright. I was quick on my feet and I stepped to the right. There was nothing could stop him, this terrible man, till he landed feet up with his head in the pan. Hoochai, hoochtalafa, hoochai, hoochtaladee. I was trembling with fear as his head gave a thud, and I looked in and saw that his clothes were all mud. Yet it wasna his claes was the worst o' his plight, for his head was jammed in there, a sorrowful sight. Who high till the fa, who high till the dee. I looked and I thought as I buckled my belt, and you never could feel the compassion I felt. I'll wash o' his claes were the words that I said, ach, and while I'm about it, I'll wash the man's head. Who high till the fa, who high till the dee. In Burlany I wait for the man to come round, that'll open the door and let me drop down, and I'll pray for a rourke as they give me the tog, for they hang me the morra for pulling the plug. Hooch, aye, hooch till the fa, hooch, aye, hooch till the dee.
For many long years the pit's done its best, and sets have rolled to the flats north, east and west, and all of the rumours that closing was due have all been put down, for alas it is true. A meeting was held to discuss the affair, and the manager said to us right then and there, let's have one last go before this bit is done, to show a good profit on each single ton. Why, profits were made, but through stocks piling high, the coal board decided this pit has to die. And as output comes due, we get drafted away to pits to the east for the rest of our day. We have filled in a fan pit, I've cut in the seam, in the new big in Beaumont since I was 15. I've walked at the sections and in the main core. Man, it's hot down the Monty, she's a dusty old hole. So farewell to your Monty, and now your road's well. Your walk has been good and your walk has been hell. Nay, more to your daughter, old chief, will I come, for your coal is all finished and your life it is done.